Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Fee and Drew Show, where we talk about one life. What do we talk about? One marriage, 2 children, 1 dead dog. How you going?
I'm pretty good.
Huh?
We've been discussing this show a little bit before, going live.
Yeah.
And how we're not super organised, but also about the fact that we're just going to be a bit silly today, I think.
I think
Silly's
I feel like
happen.
I'm on the edge of my seat. I don't know what's going to happen.
Nope.
Anything could happen. We're out of our normal time slot because things happened.
Yeah.
Some stuff happened this morning which put you a little bit zzz, and then we went, can we do it today? Because are we meant to be cracking gags when stuff's going on? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to talk about I'm wearing a T-shirt with dangly earrings, which is quite, weird, really.
Right, yeah.
But I just thought it might dress things up a bit, make me look beautiful.
I thought you were going to talk about something totally different.
Oh, no, I'm going to talk about all of that as well.
Yeah.
So, firstly, I had a bad back this week.
How'd you do it? It's doing something very strenuous.
Reaching for a coffee cup. Oh, yeah. Isn't that what always happens? And it was really bad, actually. So I have huge empathy for people that have chronic pain.
Yeah.
It just must be horrendous. So anyway, I'm feeling much better now. But a couple of things. So
Hang
I
on.
went to...
She was taken out. She's in bed for 3 days.
Yeah,
Gone.
I was really
Crook.
taken out, actually.
Tears, the whole lot.
Yeah.
What's going on? Smashed.
Got to the doctor's surgery. Thought I'll still be good, loyal to my work, all that sort of stuff. Drove to the doctors out at Beerwah surgery. They were lovely, and I went in. They said, "If you're going to take a seat," and I said, I can't sit down. And I was like crying behind my sunglasses. And so Sian, who's one of the doctors, she went and got some acupuncture things and put them on my back and all that sort of stuff. And then Paul, who is just lovely.
He's a country farmer, country doctor. Oh, bloody oath, mate.
Yeah, one of those. And he turns around and he goes, "Yeah, Fee, I remember popping a zit one day and putting my back out." And I just thought, that's just gold. And I said, please don't make me laugh, because my back was so sore that I actually couldn't even breathe properly. Like, it was so sore. But I just thought, oh, that's just a classic
back
comment.
out, popping
Just
a zit.
Popping a zit.
Do you know what my dad did once?
Yeah.
He pulled a neck muscle drinking a McDonald's thick shake.
Oh, yeah, well, they're so thick.
Yeah.
I can understand that. We got one the other day and Ollie was going, "Mum, I have to stir it for
Yeah.
ages to let it not be so thick, because
I
they
think
do
I've
so much."
got a cramp in my foot from it, maybe, but never, pulling that hard.
Cramp in your foot?
I don't know. My feet are subject to cramp quite often.
That's weird.
That's a bit weird. Anyway.
That is weird.
Yeah.
So first of all, my back, and then, but that's much better now.
Yep.
But then today, and this is a little bit of a sad thing that's happening, we've got a beautiful family friends of ours who are in a terrible situation right as we speak, with their daughter lying in hospital with swelling on the brain, and we're pretty heartbroken by it, because it was it's always a shock. We know that lots of people have devastating things going on, but that's just someone that we have spent quite a bit of time with.
Part of the community, a bike accident, riding a bike.
Well, we think we don't know all the details, but anyway, we just wanted to get that out there, that everyone that's struggling and going through hardships like that, we think of you. And then today we're going to dedicate the show to Alexa.
Yep.
And we've got all our toes and fingers crossed that she's going to come out of this. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we were having a conversation talking about how many examples do you get of the fragility of life without getting too heavy, but you just got to get after it and live every day, don't you?
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah,
Gotta.
you do. So that's why we thought we're still going to do the podcast, and
Yep.
we're just going to get on with it, and we'll just be a bit crazy.
There we go. We'll see what happens.
See what's going.
Yep. All right. So we're
there
going
you
to do a weekly touch point. We're not going to have a walk down memory lane. We're going to have a special guest. We're going to explore Fee's thought bubble.
Yep.
What else do we do?
Thanks for holding the paper up.
Yep.
Yeah, Hunty's life lesson.
Dinner time life lessons.
Life lessons and partners request corners.
Hot
and
topic
we
of the
talk about
week.
The hot topic of the week.
Have you
all
got the answers to
normal
hot topic of the week?
Yes,
Excellent.
I do.
Good.
See?
And we're going to have a
See,
G.
I have prepared, even though you haven't.
I'm good as gold. I'm professionally. I don't know whether you know. Yes, I did, because if you've been watching the show, you know I'm professionally trained as an actor. I can handle anything. We're going to do a G2 round out as well.
Yep.
All right.
Good.
So it's not walk down memory lane. Oh no, hang on. I forgot this last week. This is a very important point. Sorry, podcast listeners, you got to go through it with me here. YouTube watchers, the astute ones, did you notice we swapped sides last week? I can't hear you. Did you?
Did you? Yes. So what happens is, for the podcast listeners, is Drew usually sits on my right.
Yep.
And I sit, of course, to his left.
Left.
And I always say, I think the camera's angled more on you and you look better and it's not showing my good side and all this sort of stuff. So Drew decided last week that we'd swap, but it really freaked me out when we swapped.
So 8 episodes of it's always turn to you, it's no good, it's no good, so we'll just change it. Here we go. And so this is growth for me to show that I'm adaptable and manageable because we have had conversations about swapping sides of the bed for a sore shoulder.
See, that's a hot topic.
That is a hot topic. I'm on the right-hand side as you look at the room, 16 odd years worth, never changed. I have tried 1 or 2 nights and I can't do it. I can do it. I choose not to do it.
It's just
There's
pathetic.
your question. Could you do it? If you had to swap sides of the bed, could you just go, yeah, I'm sweet ass, I'll swap sides of the bed for the rest of your life?
Yep. Well, we know
Oh.
you can't.
I offered it to you once and you said, no, it would be more painful watching the pain you would go through swapping sides
But
of the
only
bed.
until I fell asleep, and I'm getting better at falling asleep, so I've decided that maybe I should give it a go.
There we go.
Because then I can watch you pain.
So the conversation we had before we sat down today is which side are you most comfortable on? And there you go. You chose the
I
original
said
side.
I'll just go back to this side.
There we go.
But it's for ease, though, because I just can't be bothered with the politics.
Very
I'm
important.
sure people get it.
All right, here we go. We are going to bring in our special guest. You ready? Who have we got
Okay.
today?
So today, no, we have to explain a little bit.
Right.
Because today it was going to be Lachlan, our youngest son. He was quite excited. He was going to come on and he was going to ask us a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Questions that either of us didn't know about. But because he sadly can't be here because he dumped us and decided to go to a friend's place, instead we thought we'd bring in Bear.
So special guest is Bear
Hello,
today.
Bear.
Hi, Bear. How you
Now,
going?
Bear for the podcasters is a little tiny. Well, he started off being white and black.
Yep.
But over the years, he's been dearly loved by Lockie, and we've re-sewed him a body in the Richmond colours because he's a Richmond supporter like me. And so we thought we'd bring Bear in because Lockie's not here. And I'll put a picture up of Bear on the Facebook page and the Instagram page so you can see. But he has been around a long time, and something we were thinking about is I thought, and parents will get this, we only ever bought one of these.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is that we probably should have got 2. Well, we got given it, but we should have probably found out where they got them from. So then you've got a backup. Because what happens when your child loses their prize possession?
But you never know which is going to be the prized possession, do you? Because Oliver's was just
Pajama pants. Do
do
you remember those pajama
pair
pants?
of pajama pants. We
Oh,
lost it. It's
yes.
like that ad. There's an ad where
No,
the
your
guys.
mum lost them. Oh, sorry,
So-
Mum.
someone lost
No,
them.
they fell out of the car when they
Yeah.
actually take. Oh yeah, tragic. Anyway, so Bear's coming. So Bear's going to ask us a question,
All
aren't
right.
you, Bear?
What do you got, Bear?
So, Lachlan wanted to know, how do you choose which one's your favourite, Dad?
As what?
As in the children.
Oh, of course he was.
Of course. So that's one of the questions he wanted. So Bear has asked you
Oh,
instead.
all right. It's simple. It depends on the day, Bear, and it depends on who's giving me the most love or the most upset, pretty much. If you're being a pest and annoying me, you're not my favourite. If you're saying the things I want to hear, like you're the greatest, Dad, and you know what can I do for you, Dad? You're my favourite. You know,
Yeah.
I've said that to Ollie before. I said it's really easy to make me happy. Just don't do the things that irritate me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's what we all try to do to make you happy. Anyway, there you go.
Is
So
that a good
everyone's
question?
now met that. You know, because I only know one question.
All right.
So
Was he going to ask you
he
that?
was going to. Oh, he was going to. No, I said to him, the rule is he had 2 questions for you
Yep.
and 2 questions for me,
Right.
and he could discuss the questions with me that he had for you,
Right.
and then vice versa.
Okay.
But he wasn't allowed to tell us, so then we'd be surprised. But Bear doesn't know any more of the questions, so he can't help us out.
Thanks,
so
Bear.
sorry, but bye for now. It's been lovely meeting you all. This is the weirdest podcast YouTube we've ever done because we've invited a guest.
We'll get our special
See you
guest in
later.
next week. The one question I was going to ask is there an adult version of a play date? Going to the pub, I think.
No, but I mean, a play date can be anything, can't it? So you could go, but a play date's like a date night. It's just, they've called it date night to make it sound
Oh, is
grown
it?
up.
Okay, that's
I
the
think
adult
so.
equivalent, right?
Yeah, so you know when you say you're going on a date night,
Yeah.
it's like,
That's
that's
you going on a
just
play
a
date.
time for a play date.
All
So
right.
you can go out and just, because sometimes you go on date nights just with each other,
Yep.
but sometimes you invite friends along as well, which makes it fun.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about throwing your keys in.
What? Hang on. What's she talking about? We're also going to maybe have a bit of a special guest. Your mother was due to come up. Australia's blown up again. Oh, Australia, we've blown up again. So, sorry, Liz, sorry not here. We went and bought a single bed for you. I was going to set it up, so we'll go. Yeah.
Anyway,
COVID. Roll along.
Roll it.
There are worse things.
Yes.
Right.
So,
special guest done. Feast thought bubble.
My thought bubble. Now, see,
Right.
I've written it down here. I had to put notes on.
I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen and respond. What do you got?
Okay, well, this is actually going back to what's happened today that I mentioned earlier with Alexa.
Yep.
Is one thing it makes me realise, and I'm really bad at doing this too, is in the moment that you think of doing something and reaching out to someone, do you know what I mean? And just saying, even if it's just like, oh, I really should call that person and just say hi for a second. And then you go, yeah, I'll do it later. Don't do it later. Just do it. So Alexa's mum is going through one of the most devastating moments in her life at the moment. But I thought I'm going to send her a private message because I just want her to know that I'm thinking of her massively. And I sent a message and I did not expect to hear back from her at all. But she said, thanks, Fee. I'm devastated, and sent a kiss.
Yep.
You know, and that's just everything. That's just like for her to know. And just so what I'm saying is it doesn't have to be in sadness. It can be in joy as well. Don't delay reaching out to someone or doing something that's important to you.
The thought's there, and the thought of love and reaching out is there. Do it. Act on it. I've stuffed up before. I'll say it here. Kate Graham, how are you? I love you. I stuffed up majorly a long, long time ago.
Went with her brother.
Her brother committed suicide, and I didn't know how to respond, and I left it too late, and I ruined a relationship over that, and never got it back, and that was just crazy. That was just me being fearful of not knowing what to do. I should have just said, rung and called it. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the same with Ben Farley at the moment. Ben Farley, how are you? Justin Farley. I've had it in my diary to call you for the last since I spoke to Justin 3 weeks ago. He's going through some stuff too, and I haven't called, and I should. Thank you for the reminder.
That's all right.
Make the call.
This is turning into a
confessional.
A therapy session right now. And
Yeah.
so I'll sit back, I'll get pipe. I'll get my pipe and relax. But honestly, that was my thought bubble today because of what's going on. And I just thought, because I'm really bad at doing it, and I'm sure all of our listeners and watchers are not so good at doing it either. I want to say that we're all good at it, but we're not. So all it is, my thought bubble today, when you've got something on your mind, just freaking go and do it.
Good thought bubble. Stand your truth. Get it done. All that. Like it. Good. All right. We're straight on to hot topic of the week. Last week was snakes or spiders. That was a bit dark.
Oh, that was a dark one.
How'd you go with the responses?
Well, Mum, she turned around and said neither. And then I said to her, you can't say neither.
My mum said both.
Well, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit weird. She wants snakes and spiders tipped on her
said
when she's in the Indiana Jones
She said
scene.
they're equally as bad.
Oh, right. Okay.
Thanks to our mothers for responding.
Well, no, but Mum said that. She said neither. And then I said, you have to choose one. And she said, okay, very little spiders.
So snakes are worse.
So, no, she wants spiders on it. So snakes are worse for her.
Yep.
And then my sister laughed hilariously at that because she didn't make a choice. So I didn't think. And then Teresa, she just said, I would die if both happened.
Done.
So there
Wouldn't
you
even
go.
go there.
So that was our responses for that.
Brett Talbot's brother, Paul Talbot, used to catch huntsmen and put them in his mouth to freak people out. You're a weirdo, Paul. You are freaky,
Oh my God.
He'd go for
But
it.
they'd
He wouldn't
be
mind.
alive?
Yeah.
Still? And then he'd open his mouth and they'd...
Yeah. You're a fruitcake, Paul. Never knew what was going on in your mind.
Oh my
We love you.
gosh.
It's great. There we go.
I don't love you. I don't even know you, really. I think I've met you once.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I love him.
No.
I just think that's weird.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Actually, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
The idea of doing that terrifies me.
Better than putting a snake in your mouth.
Nah.
Huh?
I'd still put a snake in my mouth.
Moving right along. This week's hot topic of the week. What did we decide?
Bear's just gone up.
Did we decide with the hot topic of the week? Oh, here we go. It's like the instant coffee or not. Is fake grass acceptable or an abomination?
Yeah, see, now we're going through a little bit of garden. Let's explain. We're going through a bit of garden structure at the moment in our house. And the view that I'm looking at now, I'll put a post up so you can all see,
Yep.
is my attempt on getting grass growing outside. Look, it's done pretty well
Sorry,
because it
great.
was absolutely trashed out there.
We got the pool put in, so that everything around it got smashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even before then,
Yep.
it's just, it doesn't get a lot of sun on it, all that sort of stuff. So I thought, I'm going to give it a go. I'm
Yep.
just going to plant some grass seeds and see if it happens. So we have got a little bit of grass. It looks a little bit like when men are trying to grow their hair but haven't got much, and there's all these bald bits in
No,
the middle,
it looks like-
or really fine hair.
Do you remember
really
the
fine hair.
stocking people used to
Yes.
make?
Yes, and you put the seeds in, it looks
Yeah,
like that. When
grows
it
the
didn't
hair
really
out of the
grow
stockings,
that well.
like thin, yeah.
So it looks a bit like that.
Yep.
And then we had a couple of friends that have come over and said, do you know what? You're not going to get much sun on that. I just fake turf it. So we're asking you, do you think that's acceptable, or should I be trying and soldiering on with the not very good grass?
If it's fake turf, I reckon you get an even bounce for backyard cricket.
There's not much space for that though, but
Yeah,
we
yeah.
could work with that.
Yeah, bit of bocce.
Bocce. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
That's all right.
There you go.
Yeah,
All
there
right.
we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. There we go.
So
Fake
there you
grass.
go. Hot topic of the week.
Another
Fake grass
important-
or real grass?
Another important
You
hot
tell
topic of the
us.
week.
Well, it's important to us.
Hunty's life lessons. Here's the thing. I reckon that my growth this year is getting better. I'm coming up with less life lessons to bring to the table because I'm closing my mouth a little bit more.
Oh, but you'll still have burning issues
Oh,
in
I've
your
got
head.
stuff burning in the back of my eyes that I want to say. Like last night, we were talking about pocket money, and Lockie going, well, yeah, my pocket money is just dropping in. And then you were saying a little bit about, well, you haven't really done this and this and this, which you meant to do for that. And I just went, I'm stepping out. I'm letting you do it because I've been the one always going.
I know, but how much did that burn your
Oh,
brains?
I'm talking about now. I'm having to
Can you
let
see
it
the
out.
flames coming out of his ears, like shooting out?
So my life lessons, I'm just trying to roll it back a bit because I'm always on it. But there was one that I had to. Oliver went for his first job interview on Friday at McDonald's. We think it'd be a great experience for him to
Even just going for the job interview.
go
is
for
a
the
good
job
experience.
interview, having you know the value of having your first job, learning what it's all about, the value of money, talking to people, all that kind of stuff.
I reckon that most of our listeners are old enough to understand that.
I
right?
reckon our demographic has
Yeah.
had a job or two before.
Maybe. Couple.
So I was a little bit all week. Have you had to think about the questions? Have you asked your mates at school who were already at Macca's the questions that they asked?
And I thought that was a very interesting question because I know that lovely Scout, he watches this podcast.
Hey,
Thank
Scout.
you, Scout, and stuff. But I also know that Scout would go, I don't know.
Scout,
You know, he's 14 like Oliver is. It's like they both would be. I don't know,
Fee, my
just
apologies
like,
for my wife. She was bashing you during the week. Scout's not going to remember what they asked.
Yeah,
Anyway, so
but I think I'm right.
I was just getting him to think about doing a bit of prep, and there was not really anything coming back. And then he was getting ready, and he pulled on a set of board shorts and stuff. I'm like, oh, come on, dude. And then I was trying to do this thing of rolling back and not giving life lessons. Said, no, this is actually my job. He doesn't know until he knows. So I had to tell him that in life, it's just the people that make a little bit more effort go okay. So here's a common life lesson I go on. Life is a competition.
Okay, relax.
I know.
Relax. It's okay. It's only you and me sitting here.
My life lesson is life's competition. The people that get ahead and get the things they want just make a bit more of an effort.
But I think the funniest thing is that you brought out one of your polo shirts for him to wear. He said he has to have a collar on.
I thought he should have had a collar on.
Has to have a collar on. And I was like, yeah, no. If you send your child wearing one of your shirts to an interview
Yeah.
when they're already going, I'm a teenager
Yeah.
and I don't like what you're saying anyway,
Yeah.
that child is going to sit in the interview thing feeling really ridiculous
Yeah.
and not talk.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I did talk you out of that.
Yeah,
And he ended up looking very smart.
He looks
had
all right.
a really nice
Once he
t-shirt
got out of his-
on and
yeah.
he had jeans on.
Got
and
out
it
of his
looked great.
once he got out of his board shorts and his thongs, we were okay. We were getting somewhere. You know, I think he answered his questions all right too.
That could be another thing. It's like, tell us what's the worst thing you've worn to an interview? I went for this interview one day.
Yeah.
And I was in Sydney. I was going to an interview, and I was driving along, and I'd bought a coffee. From,
Yeah.
You know, like from Macca's.
In Sydney when we were together, obviously. Yeah.
something like that. And I didn't realise that the lid wasn't 100% on.
Yeah.
And I was wearing a white top.
Yeah.
And so as I'm drinking, it's just a tiny little drip. It
Yeah.
was just getting through. And by the time I got to the interview, I had coffee drips all the way
What was
down
that?
my white top. And I had it was horrendous. I was just like, oh my gosh, what can I do now? Because like it's literally 15 minutes
Yeah.
to the interview. What do I do? Like this. So thank goodness there was a shop nearby, and I ran in, and it was a
Yeah, what's that mean?
Tajay special. I got a white shirt, but oh my gosh, when I put it on, it just, it still had the iron fold marks in it because you just bought it. But then I ended up explaining it to the guy that I was interviewing, and
you
I
got
got the
a
job
gag,
anyway.
yeah.
But they thought it was quite funny. But it was horrendous. I was just like, oh, I can't go in with coffee stains, and I hadn't even noticed it because it wasn't dripping that much.
Yep.
It was boiling hot.
Yep.
It was just little tiny drips, and I was like, damn it, can't believe that.
My first real job, as an interview job, not job your mate knows that, and so you can come and do a few hours, was at Sizzler restaurant in Ringwood.
You are.
Croydon. I was the worst waiter Sizzler has ever seen. Maybe aged 18. Terrible with people. I was out on the floor, couldn't get a word out of my face.
You have to tell them this story.
So they had a mystery kind of shopper person come in that did the review for the whole restaurant. So they made sure the cooks were cooking properly and all the sections worked.
Table service is
and so this
good.
table service section was being judged in my section, which was just the worst person to pick ever. And if our store did so well, we'd all get free vouchers to bowling or the movies or everything. So everyone was like, go team, let's get vouchers to the movie.
Yeah.
And I absolutely butchered it. I took steaks to them and
But you've said to me before, your whole way through that is like, you have a table number, and he'd forget what table, and he'd just write down anything anyway, and then just walk around and ask people if they wanted stuff. And then go again, hang on, that's mine over here. Like this, so you can imagine this woman or person is sitting there judging the table, and there's auntie walking around just going, anyone for a steak? Do you want a steak?
But so the manager, they
would have been crying.
No, the day manager got points off too because she mismanaged me as a manager, saying you should have just dragged that dude, sent him on his way, packing never come back, and put someone else in. So everyone then hated me at Sizzler because we didn't get
How long did you stay there for?
Oh, not long. I don't think I turned up to any shifts anymore, and I never rang them and told them I'd quit, and they were just happy.
Thank goodness that's probably why the restaurant closed down.
Yeah, I think they were just happy that I never turned up again. I was so devastated. It's terrible.
Oh, no, I've
There we
never
go.
done that.
No.
No.
Yeah. Service. Oh, a little bit of service now. They're better
Anyway,
at service now. It's terrible.
So Oliver's going to do much better than that.
He will. He's great
a
at
lot
it.
better at
Yeah.
that than you.
All right. Repartners Quest Corner. Last week was...
I had to do a gratitude journal. I had to write 3 lines a day of what I'm grateful for, and I did Monday through to Friday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh. Excellent. Very good. I was ready for a conversation that said, you didn't do anything I asked you to do last week.
Well, I did.
Did you write them down?
I've got them on my notes here. I've been doing it on my phone.
Oh, sweet.
It's great.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. There you go.
Excellent. Well
You're
done.
surprised,
Yeah, I
aren't
was.
you?
I wasn't going to mention it during the week. I was going to be done your gratitude journal.
I knew you'd be doing
See,
that.
look, I'm
and
defensive on my body language.
I know. And the great thing is I knew you'd be like that. And that's why I haven't said anything either, because I was really looking forward to sitting here really smugly going, I've done it.
Do we love each other, or is it just a contest?
Nah, it's a contest.
Life's a contest.
Yeah.
I said that.
Well, you
didn't
just
I?
said that before. Yeah. Look out. Boxing gloves are on.
Your partner requested me was to listen to the book, The Resilience Project, again, and I did to put it on an audio book in the car again, and it was really good. And I was talking to you the week. I realised it's not actually the content about gratitude and empathy and stuff. It was actually about Kyle Van Hooseberg that wrote it. He's just a really good person, and that was the thing that got me moving and going. My brand, if people describe me, I don't think I'd be described with words that I'd like to be described like kind, generous,
So on your
approachable.
deathbed, when people are thinking about writing your obituary, they'd be like, a bit stuck here. I'm not quite sure what this guy is.
Little rigid, yeah. So
Yeah.
so that was the thing that got me moving this year. And again, he's a good person, and he's got a purpose beyond himself.
But I think you're really hard on yourself, and I think a lot of people are, is that we all judge ourselves so harshly against other things, and we don't recognise the good. And that's what I think is always part of growth too, is actually recognising that you're actually quite a good person.
Yeah, I think that's part of it too.
And because it's like that book that I've been reading at the moment, they said, we're so influenced when we're a child about who we are and what we are and how we behave. And if you get told enough times when you're young that you're not worth anything, then guess what? You grow up believing you're not worth anything. And it's really hard to change that structure around that. So I think sometimes you've just got to be a little bit more forgiving about yourself and realize that actually you're doing a great job. Like I've said before, you're a great dad. The boys adore you, and they really do. And you manage us very well as a family.
Manage.
He does. He has Excel spreadsheets everywhere. But you do a great job. So you've got to realize what the input you actually put in is really, really good. And then we all stuff up sometimes, and that's just life.
But anyway, it was good to listen to it again. It made me go, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right. This week's request.
So my request this week for you is I want you to find a sporting event that you and I can do together as a team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what that means, but...
Something that we can do together and enter an event and we do it together as a team.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we completing or are we competing?
Completing.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's a completing thing. So it has to be completing because you have to learn to wait for me. So it's going to be interesting. So I want you to research something that you think we could do together.
Yeah.
And then you've got to be the one who's got to be calm about it. And you've got to give me some time to train for it.
Yeah.
And then our podcasters and our listeners, they can actually listen to our progression through the week of me training and how we're going on with that.
Sounds like a new segment to me.
It could be a bit scary.
Yeah.
Or it could be very interesting and full of laughs, actually.
All
depending
right.
on what you choose.
All right.
And it can't be triathlon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, it can't be triathlon because that's something you know too well. It's got to be something that we do together that's a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'll come back with some stuff. I don't know what's going to happen here.
I don't know. Neither do I. There you go.
All right. My request, I was wondering whether something's going to come out of... Anyway, my request is I'm in Gladstone for 3 nights this week. Can I come back to a fridge that's reasonably organised?
That's just ridiculous.
No.
Okay, I'll take a photo of the fridge the way Drew likes it organised.
No, it's not so much the structure of the fridge. Sometimes,
yes, it is. No, because on the top shelf there has to be certain things, and on the next shelf there has to be meat, and on the next shelf after there has to be cheese in the right-hand corner, and then something else over here, and then the my gosh.
No. I wasn't talking about that.
Now, Sarah Ferguson, Princess Sarah Ferguson, who was married to Andrew Windsor, years ago. I remember a woman called Ruby Wax. I don't know if anyone ever knows.
Yeah.
She went in and did an interview with her and was just blown away at how Sarah had everything labelled.
Yeah.
Like all of the children's drawers, and it had white socks, red socks, mixed socks.
Crazy. She sounds
all
crazy.
This sort of stuff. This is him.
No, that's not what I was asking. What I was thinking, I was more asking more food management. That we're not going to find leftovers tucked away, and then we have to throw the stuff, and then just using the stuff that needs to be used first, and maybe selling the boys on the stuff that doesn't get used. So I don't come back and go, well, that's gone, that's gone.
It's easily sold. What I'm going to do is Wednesday night we'll just chuck everything in the bin. Easy. Yes, I will do that. I'm not winking.
Right, G2 round out. Just don't waste food is what I'm saying, I guess.
Don't waste food.
Okay.
Well, actually, we do waste a bit of food now that we've lost a dog.
Yeah. Anyway, I won't go on. Just sell the boys the stuff that needs eating first. That's what. Can I ask you to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll sell it.
G2 round out.
Holy dolly.
What are you grateful for? Here we go. I'm grateful for all those close calls on my bike that I'm still here.
Yep.
That's plain and simple. Do you know when I was doing the gratitude journal, I dropped off it a bit and was asking to say 10 things you're grateful for. So how can you find 10 things a day that you're grateful for? Number 1 is putting your feet on the floor every morning and saying, I'm grateful to be alive. Seriously.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
From today's news?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I'm grateful for today is just nature and sunshine. I've been sitting in the garage today, but preparing for the show and just, with my thoughts and everything.
But we've got a nice garage. It's not just a...
No, but the sun comes in and it's lovely, and I was listening to the birds, and, sometimes we just all need to just stop and close our eyes and just hear a little of what makes you feel comfortable.
Yep.
Like it might be that you want to go and put Akadaka on, and just blast that through your ears, and, that makes you feel really calm. Whatever takes your fancy. But for me, it's nature and sunshine.
How do we get from nature and sunshine to Akadaka? I don't... Finding your
I'm
joy.
just saying
Finding
to
your joy,
everyone,
isn't
find
it?
your joy.
Find your
That's
joy.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, nice.
So I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So
That's
I
not-
don't know whether that shows.
That's pretty good out of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just think we're pretty good at this, really. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Share.
Well, no, it's like and subscribe because
Yeah.
apparently, if you write comments,
Yeah.
it pushes us up the list. You
Yeah.
see, and for all the 10 people that watch us
Yeah.
or whoever,
We want to get up the list so we can buy Maseratis with all the money we make from it. No, we don't. We want to share the love.
I want a pony.
Of course you do. We want to share the love. That's what
I
it's
want a
about.
pony.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
We just want a
we
pony and a Maserati.
we want to be famous like Kardashians, like that lady
Oh
said.
yes. Oh, you said I wasn't allowed to mention that.
That was the bit that I edited 2 episodes
Yeah.
ago. Have a great week.
Have a great week, everyone.
One life.
Two big dreamers.
Go get a dog.
Go get a dog.